fans, welcome back everyone, welcome back to the semi-finals of the LiuLi Cup Weekly 2025 August edition. Again, we have the monthly finals ready for you, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Leylands, we have the Canadian Protoss player, we have the blue Protoss representing Basilisk, it is Trigger. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player, the Protoss player himself. We have the South Green Protoss. It is herO. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our PvP. Let's go, Papi. Let's go. Again, to determine which of these two Protoss players will make it to the grand finals. Which of these two will it be Trigger? Will it be herO? Let's go. These two, they have gone back and forth. Again, if you've been watching Trigger as of late, especially Trigger's stream, you'll know that Trigger, he has been taking maps and taking series off of herO throughout the course of the year, but on a very irregular basis. It's been very inconsistent here. Trigger, he can pop off in PvP, or he cannot. So it's going to be a dicey one here. I would not be surprised if this goes to the ace match. There's a reason why Trigger just beat MaxPax of all players. Some people rate MaxPax very, very highly, especially when it comes to PvP, myself included, of course. MaxPax has been excelling in PvP as of late. Despite that, MaxPax does fall to Trigger, and we'll see if herO also falls to Trigger. As we're setting up for the proxy for the pilot. Let's go! Let's go! Pylon is being thrown down here in the center of the map. This is not a bad location for a proxy robot, by the way. It's a little bit further back, which also means it's harder to scout. Meanwhile, just catching up with the chat, is this Pink Floyd Echoes? If you're referring to the music playing during the break, unfortunately not. The music during the break is the Brood War OST. We only have the Brood War OST on repeat. Maybe one day we'll add like the SE2 or the Wings of Liberty OST or something, but yeah, just the Brutal OST on repeat. And a nice read by herO. Oh my god, herO with the hard counter. So herO, he scouts, he sees that the pylon is missing, and how does herO respond? Bam! Robo responds here. This is a very defensive play, very defensive start. herO is looking to hard counter the cheese of Trigger. Now herO doesn't know what's going on. For all herO knows, it could be a fake pylon, it could be a proxy Stargate, it could be a proxy Robo, he doesn't know, but he's not taking chances. Here he does not take chances, he does open up Robo himself. As opposed to MaxPax, for example, who was taking chances. MaxPax, he was taking risks, he was being greedy at times, and MaxPax got punished for that. herO, nah, safe, man, safe. Likewise goes for a third gateway as well. herO, he refuses to expand. Does refuse. Oh, diving on the Stalkers. Can he get one? That's a lot of damage already. Trigger coming in from behind. He does have the Immortal trying to bait out herO. And herO, he makes a beeline for that Stalker. He's going to get him. Yeah, he's going to get the Stalker. Takes him down. The Immortal lagging behind. herO, he can still take these fights. Of course, he confirms the Immortal. herO pulls away. Cancels the Shade. herO does cancel. You can see Trigger trying to cut him off. When herO is getting cornered. Uh-oh. He was getting cornered, but he's going to be saved. Very nice save out of herO. Oh my. The setup, man. Yeah. Does save. Behind this, we have force fields, we have sentries. herO, he can defend. And herO should be making, there we go, his own Immortals. herO being proactive, diving on the army. Does trigger the shields. Immortals coming in, herO just warping into the face of Trigger. And he wants that Immortal. Yeah, he zones away the prison, the Immortal gets picked off. Massive pickoff, ay. And Trigger is falling apart. He's falling apart already here again. herO just being so proactive. And again, punishing Trigger's build. Trigger, he drops across the map with a couple of Stalkers. At the same time, herO, he does find another Immortal, but oh, well, he's on a move. He's on a move. Losing another Stalker. herO trading very inefficiently here. Yeah, herO, who was not paying attention. But does kill the Immortal. Oh. Wait for the warp in. Let Epsay go into the main. Ooh, the prism getting very low. He wants it. He wants the prism. He's gonna get it. He tries to. Oh my god. Here he gets away. And here he will take the fight. He does take the fight. A very chaotic fight, might I say, but he still does take it. Rover goes down. Zelzay chases away the Immortal. He wants the Immortal. He won't get it. 3 Zelts go down, but Trigger, he will lose the Robo. This is quite risky. The War Prism is very low. herO making his way into the main. Catching out the Stalker, catching out the Sentry. Getting another Stalker as well. Nice control here by herO. And he wants that final Immortal. He wants it. He gets it. GG. GG gets called. Remember, the Robo went down. There's no more Immortal production. And herO, he takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Again, herO a lot more familiar with Trigger as they have a lot more back and forth history. And herO, as soon as he saw that the pylon was missing, he did not take a single chance. He went straight for his own defensive Robo and turned that defense into an offense. A very proactive style out of herO. He shut down Trigger real hard and real fast. And with that, herO takes a lead. herO does take a lead. Coming into game 2, we'll see if Trigger... I would imagine he's going to go for another pylon. Whether it's a real Robo or a fake out, that's harder to call here. This is where mind games come into play. I can see a world where Trigger does go for a fake proxy pylon and he tries to bait out herO and try to force an overreaction. But the problem is that even if herO responds with a Robo, and even if it isn't an all-in, herO can still turn that into a 2-base all-in. Like, he is very comfortable opening up Robo. Oh boy. So we'll see how Trigger does respond. We shall see. I wouldn't be opposed to Proxy Stargate. Proxy Stargates into and expand. But we'll see. We shall see. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Incorporeal, we have the Canadian Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Basilisk down in the series. We'll see if he bounce back. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. It is Trigger. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing himself, currently teamless, but leading the series 1-0. It is a herO. Go. Go. Eyes are mainly on Trigger here. Does he throw down the pylon across the map? Where are we headed? For now, 2-gate opener, 2-gate opener out of Trigger, 2-gate opener out of herO. The probe does move out, and my eyes are on this probe. herO likewise moving out as well. Trigger going for the pylon. Let's go. Does go for the proxy, does go for the pylon. herO looking to do something similar. Oh. Does scout in the center, and he's setting up on the exact opposite location. So both players going for the same location for the proxy. Let's go. herO does look at the Xel'Naga, but alas, not far enough to see the proxy itself. Yeah, same location, just on the opposite side of the map. Here we go. This wouldn't be a bad location for a Robo. Waiting for the Cybercore. Cybercore is now done. Bam! There it is. Proxy Robo out of Trigger and Proxy Robo out of herO. We have mirrored builds. Straight up mirrored builds, except herO does open up double Adept to harass. Trigger opens up double Stalker. So we do have a slight difference here in terms of the initial gateway units. a slight variance. As herO moves in. Here he does go for the full wall back at home. Does fully wall off. Now, of course, Stalkers, they do have more DPS in a head-on fight. Adepts, they're a lot more amazing at harassing, at bypassing an army. So, two different approaches. Trigger a little bit more brute force. Adepts are trying to shade past. herO, does he find the proxy? Uh-oh. Sorry, Trigger, does he find the proxy? He does. And Trigger does come across the robo. herO trying to shade into the bases, but alas, Trigger is in position. Does wall up. Does wall up. You can see the Trigger, he had a shield battery on the way, but he does cancel. He thought it was a Stargate. Trigger getting surrounded. Has to pull out. Who catches who, though? The Immortal has arrived. herO, he gets caught out. He'll lose his Stalkers. Yeah, one Stalker falls. herO does force his way up the ramp. But this is a worse fight for herO. Yeah, herO, he gets caught out. It's a better trade for Trigger. herO did overextend, and herO, he might just lose the Immortal. He might just lose everything. One more shot takes down the Immortal. Takes down the Immortal. Gets on top of the Robo. And herO, he's falling apart. He's falling apart here. Robo gets depowered. Another Stalker goes down. Trigger, can we force the ace match? Send it, baby. Send it. As again, the double adept opener out of herO is what is hurting him this game. Because he couldn't fight head on. He took a worse trade. And everything just snowballed out of control. Trigger, he's busting into the main. Going for the Artosis pylon. Oh no. Yeah, the pylon goes down. Depowers everything. Thankfully, another pylon does finish off. The boys are being pulled just around. At the same time, herO, he busts into the main. Workers are falling. Ooh, there's a force field. And clutch force field out of herO. Very clutch. He's trying to buy some time. He does have time for another force field as well. But GG. GG gets called. herO, he has nothing left. And Trigger, he does tie things up. We are going to the ace match. Whew. GG. We're going to the ace match here. Again, just a really rough start. I say rough start. It came down to the first units of choice. It came down to the first two units. It came down to herO opening up double adept, which again is built to harass, not built to fight. Because he took a worse fight early on, he lost the adepts, he lost the Stalkers, he lost the initial engagement, and that snowballed into a loss as well, as he did lose control of the center, lost the initial Immortal, and GG. GG, well played. Trigger, he took the better fight, took the better trade, and with that, we're going to game 3. Let's go. We are going to game 3. And we'll see how the story ends. See how the story ends here. As Trigger, he's gone proxy Robo twice now. If you recall in his series against Max Pax, for the third game, he went proxy Twilight Council. Do we see that again? Do we commit to another Robo? My eyes are still on Trigger. They're still on Trigger. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the Canadian Protoss player, we have the blue Protoss representing Basilisk. It is Trigger. Tying up the series 1-1. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss. It is herO. Here we go. AI. Again, we are going to be settling in. And we should be expecting a proxy pylon out of Trigger. The question becomes, is it going to be a fake proxy pylon, a proxy Robo, or proxy Stargate, or proxy Twilight Council? Which one is it going to be? It's going to be one of them. No shot, he just opened standard. No shot. There's the 2-gate opener. Probe does move out across the map. Oh. Hello. As Trigger, he's going to be skirting around the edge of the map here on the right-hand side. Interesting. Now, this is not a location for a proxy robo. Not at all. This would be a good location for a fake pylon or potentially proxy Twilight Council. We're actually going further out. Okay. Where are we headed? Where are we headed? Are we just scouting? Okay. Okay. I see you. Este Trigger. Standard opener. No proxy. Okay. Let's go. Does poke in. No pylon, no proxy. Potentially Trigger, he thought about it, but in the end did decide to scout, and we are going for a Sentry Adept opener. Meanwhile, double Sentry at a herO, we're opening up standard, we're getting to a natural base. After a very intense series, we are going to be expanding. Both players are. So both players will expand, we're going to be settling into a longer game. We're calming down. We're calming down in the ace match. Again, I still wouldn't have been opposed to Trigger going for a fake pylon, but regardless. A nice pylon block out of herO. He will delay. herO, he's the first to expand. Trigger, he has too much. He has over 500 minerals. He's trying to expand. He wants to. It's very delayed. Yeah, excess of 200 minerals. Ay, ay, ay. Now going for the Twilight Council, but a big delay there for Trigger. A slightly better start for herO. Slightly better. That's a nice catch on the Adept. See, that is going to be shut down. When it comes to our openers here, herO has a faster expansion. Trigger, he does have the slightly faster blink, but only by a couple of seconds, as blink should be commencing for herO. There it is. Blink is on the way. From here, we do have a robo on 2 bases, a very safe play out of herO, going for the robo. It is not uncommon for players to delay their robo until after their 3rd base, which can be quite greedy and it can be abused. But again, herO's playing safe. With this, he'll have access to an observer earlier on. And of course, immortal production as well. Hallucination does scout the robo. See if Trigger, yeah, Trigger is going for the expansion. And going for the faster 3rd. As we mentioned, not uncommon to go for the robo after the 3rd base, so Trigger's being greedier. Here is not. Here he throws down another gateway. And he goes to the goes to the Dark Shrine. I mean, he does scout the 3rd, so he knows that the robo is late. But what are the chances that Trigger just doesn't get one? I mean, there is a chance. Trigger, he will soon have high ground vision. He can blink into the main. If he does, he'll get a full scout. He's going for it. Yeah, he's going for the main. herO's out of position. Trigger dives in, goes to the pylon. Will depower everything. Okay, was depowered, and Trigger, does he scout? Oh, barely not. Yeah, he doesn't go further in. He does not scout the Dark Shrine. Ay, 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 there was potential there. The main. 2 adepts say 1-shot workers, and they do get 4 probes. 5 probes going down. As there's no detection, by the way. DTs are waddling in, and I think that's just game. It happens every now and then, but there's yeah, GG. GG, well played. It happens from time to time, but 0 detection, no robo, no Stargate, no nothing. And herO, he will claim the series. and advance on to the finals. We've seen herO die to this, we've seen MaxPax die to this. Again, it is not uncommon to delay your robo, and we saw no robo out of Trigger, 0 detection. He also barely failed to scout the Dark Shrine. GG. GG, well played DTs. They walk up, they walk in, and they do end the game. And with that herO, he's going to be our first finalist. The question becomes, who's going to face off against him?